I am live. All right. I'll move here. Hello, beautiful beings. It's Katerina Satori. I know I haven't announced the live stream, but I just wanted to hop in and connect with you and bring you this rejuvenated energy that I've tapped into during my recent travels. You know, I was away for a few days, but it was really, really refueling for me. And I was gonna name this live stream differently, but it it showed up as a subtitle. All is perfect. All is perfect because it's all relates. So welcome. Let me know in the comments, how are you being while I allow more people to join. Hello, Clara. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, my lovely ladies. Yeah, you know, I was just felt Clara says I can use some inspiration from your refill. I've got it. I've got it, Clara. You know, my darlings, what I've realized is I can live in absolute paradise and love my home, love my environment, but something about changing the scenery, you know, at least every 2 months, even if I drive to a neighborhood town, it ignites my creative mind and my new thinking comes online. Let me know if you resonate. But if I'm in the same environment like the last 3 months, a lot of things got kind of stale. So I went to Austin to visit community there, and I stayed on this beautiful land. You know, if you ever been to summer camp when you were a teenager or a kid, I was in many, many summer camps when I was a kid because I was raised by a single mother. And every summer, my sister and I would be sent off to a summer camp because probably that was the only way my mom could have her young adult experiences without two small kids, right? And so I pretty much grew up in summer camps, and then I began to volunteer, and I was leading summer camps back in Russia, long, long, long time ago. But I went to Austin and I had this experience of adult summer camp on this massive land next to this canyon that's called Panther Canyon. So you everywhere you see is just kind of like these hills covered with the most luscious green trees, and you can breathe, and there is no electromagnetics, there is no cell phone towers and nothing like that. So my dreams were very vivid, everything was activated, I was writing a lot, and being around people who are awake, very mindful, who are doing what they love, right, who are making a difference in the world, and being around that kind of community just restored me, you know, for the last 3 months of this isolation. So I am here to, yeah, summer camps, summer camps, darlings. Yes, it was really, really fun. But I was you know, when I was tuning into what is the message that I desire to share with you that can really bring the sense of strength, personal power, and confidence in our ability to move through the rest of this year with, you know, with innocence, with enthusiasm, with courage, right? And I'm going to share with you three things. I said the number one thing is vision, right? Is vision. So I'll share with you a process that I do every single new moon and every single full moon, like a prayer. You know, I'm just super consistent with this ritual and it works, right? So I'll never share with you anything that I don't do personally, or, you know, that doesn't work. I wouldn't want to waste your time like that, right? So a vision is something that, you know, you can see yourself growing into. You see yourself creating this a more elevated life for yourself. You're seeing this new future version of who you are. A lot of times I do this process where I close my eyes and I visualize myself in the most beautiful, peaceful environment. And I invite my future full potential self to come forward and meet me. And, some people are very visual, they go straight into visualization. Some people are very feeling, kinesthetic based, and some people are, like they hear messages. So to use the power of imagination, of visualizing this next version of you, more wise, more confident, more authentic, right? More brave. Because if you can see it, that version of you already exists. If you can see it, there's going to be this beautiful pull towards drawing that version of yourself into this reality and activating the qualities that you see this future version of you already have, right? So connecting with your future full potential self on a daily basis is so empowering, right? Because what's happening right now in the times of great change and the great awakening, it's very easy to get how would I call it, destabilized, right? By one tragic news after another, one intense conversation after another. And I always say, you choose how much you can take in, because a lot of my community are empath, highly sensitive people who get overloaded, with the intensity that collective is going through. So I see it as one of the self-care practices of regulating how much input can you actually take on, right? Or how much is it too much? But something about connecting with your future potential self elevates your vibration, inspires your creative mind, and gives you something, to move towards. And once again, if you can see it, that possibility of you already exists in the parallel dimension in the quantum universe. And the more you align yourself, right, by feeling that future self already here, the more you will be inspired to develop skills, character traits to go after a bigger version of your life, right? So the second tool, all about the vision, I do these drawings where I choose a shape that inspires me. Sometimes it's a heart, I'll just draw a heart. Sometimes it's a triangle, but any kind of symbol that is meaningful to me. Triangle is meaningful to me because it represents divine feminine. Welcome, darlings. Welcome. I see you. I am sharing with you how to connect with the bigger and more inspiring vision for your life, and how to do it on a consistent basis. Because when you're connected to the bigger vision, you raise your vibration. You raise your vibration above the survival level, right? And you begin to tap into your creative rebel level, right? So that's what I do. I write these little notes, and let's say it's a heart, right? I wrote this during the summer solstice. So we just had a summer solstice, which is very significant event, right? That has been honored for millennium. And we have another very powerful event that is going to be a lunar eclipse on July 4th. And I just met an incredible soul sister, Christina, who just like became this amazing sister for me right away. And she told me that we are going to receive new freedom codes on this lunar eclipse, right? Our consciousness will be able to tap into a new experience of what freedom really means to us. So every time we ritualize these portals, by becoming intentional, by becoming clear about where we would love to go next, no matter the instability, no matter the uncertainty, no matter the big winds of change, we can choose our attitude, we can choose our level of devotion, and we can choose our vision. These three things are up to us. And I find the more I connect and stay rooted in those three things: attitude, right? Am I willing to see the good no matter what happens? Am I willing to trust? Am I willing to, soften my heart even when it's challenging? And then devotion. Am I willing to rise in my ability to stay committed to the projects and the goals and the vision that's important for me? And then vision. So back again to my drawings. Back, it was like a long-winded answer, but here you are, darling. So I drew these little drawings, right? And inside the symbol, I will write down the biggest intentions. Like one of them I have, I say divine birthday celebration. I'm turning 40 this August. Wow. Right. And then I say true love, calling in true love. And then I say my book finished and printed. And then I'm launching, I'm launching a new online school in the fall. So these big projects and big experiences that really light me up, they go inside the graph. And then here's the next step of manifestation, which takes a whole experience to the next level, is I put around the graph the feelings, right? How would I feel if these dreams are already fulfilled, right? So you take this direct path towards generating emotional state that you imagine you would have if you already had your dreams fulfilled. And it's so valuable to do that, because once again, you raise your vibration. When you step into the feeling of, oh my goodness, I would feel so generous, inspired, playful, joyful, unstoppable, magnetic, radiant, delighted, beautiful, right? It is so under my control to go into my heart and generate those feelings, imagine those feelings. And what I'm doing, I am stepping into a very powerful frequency of, it's already here, it's already fulfilled. What would I be inspired to create from that place of ultimate alignment? And then on the opposite side, I say things that I choose to release. So I wrote down 5 things: hesitation, doubt, fear of criticism, worry, and perfectionism. So then every morning I look at this little piece of paper and I energize this vision and this intention with my heart frequency. I fuel these intentions with my heart frequency, and it's so powerful. Because trust me, if I do this in the morning, it will absolutely affect the direction of my day, the direction of my focus, the quality of my interactions, right? So it's very, very powerful. And without vision, people perish. Who said that? Maybe Napoleon Hill. I don't remember who said that, but I heard this phrase from incredible teacher Tony Robbins, and it always stuck with me. If you want to see a person who has lost a sense of confidence in the future, a sense of trust in his or her abilities, it's a person who lives without a bigger vision, right, darlings? A bigger vision. So this is something that is under your control and under my control, to ignite and connect and energize that bigger vision for ourselves, right? And if some of you, energize. Hello, darlings. Yeah, and what I also found is because what we've been in this times of great change for the last several months, right? And a lot of people have found a new sense of stability and a new sense of rhythm, a new routine, and moving forward, right? Pivoted, adjusted, and moving forward. And some people are going through a rebirth, going through the void, and some people are going through a really hard time, really struggling with survival energy. And what I see that can apply to people, no matter where we're all at, is this one archetype that we can tap into and activate. And this archetype of creative rebel, right? Creative rebel. Because if we are honest with ourselves, if we find a place of stillness in the heart and connect with our future potential self, we always know the next step we get to do to create a better life for ourselves. We always know. Sometimes it's hard to still the mind and to actually get into that listening space. But when we do, and we ask, what would be the most aligned step I can take to create a better life for myself, and sit in silence or journal about it. You know, a lot of times I'll receive so many answers through journaling. I will open a page in my journal and I say, what my higher self desires me to know, ... And I take a pause and I allow whatever comes through to come through. And I really trust what's coming through, because I allow my physical body to be connected to this larger, wiser, more eternal part of myself, a bigger part of myself that guides this physical personality, right? Like in the Avatar movie. So true. But this is something that I do, darlings, every day, every transit, every portal. And it's really powerful, because when you have a vision that moves you and scares you, you know, if your vision doesn't scare you, I would invite you to dream bigger. You know, there's a beautiful mix of excitement and and a little fear, maybe a lot of fear, right? But you know, something that I've learned through an incredible teacher, Rich Litvin, the author of Prosperous Coach. I was attending one of his live trainings several years ago for coaches, and he said this legendary phrase that shifted my entire trajectory of life. Yes, it can happen. One phrase changes your path. He said, fear masks desire. Fear masks desire. You know, so sometimes what we fear the most is what we desire the most. And fear is a signal that we got to go into that direction, right? And fear is just waiting to turn into an ally. But what is required is our creative rebel, that part of ourselves that knows what to do, that comes up with brilliant ideas. And all that's required for us is to take a next step forward to implement on those ideas, and to trust that no matter what happens, no matter the outcome, you are going to grow in wisdom. And wisdom is the real success in my life, right? And in my eyes and in my life and my understanding, everything else comes. You know, every time you grow in wisdom, you make better choices, right? You see yourself in a new way, and everything else is a bonus. So yes, darlings, that's what I wanted to share with you, is to connect with your vision on a daily basis. And that will amplify your frequency, and it will guide you. Your vision will guide you. I often see that our vision and us is a co-creative partnership between a physical reality and an invisible reality, right? So some of the most brilliant ideas that have come to me, you know, I see them as a great visitations of grace. You know, I see like some of the most brilliant ideas, they come and they tap on your shoulders, and they ask you, do you want to partner up in this? Do you want to do this? Right? So it's always this collaboration between your vision and you. And then eventually you realize that the soul of your mission, the soul of your vision guides your life. And you will still be required to utilize your courage, to utilize your patience, right? To develop the skills, to develop your capacity. But if you know that you are guided from the higher planes, you can keep going one step at a time. So that is what I wanted to share with you, my loves. And I every day I wake up and I say, you know what is possible? You know, what is possible if I trust this vision, I trust these ideas, I trust my creativity, and I make the best out of today, right? And see where it takes me. So I will be on a live stream in my new group. It's like a feminine leadership oasis that I felt called to create. And so I'm going to see my ladies at 5 p.m. tonight. We're going to talk about what does it truly mean to create from a feminine power, and what helps to stay grounded and rooted in your feminine essence. So if you are a woman and you are already in leadership, or you're rising in your leadership, and you desire to be in a community that is safe and loving and supportive for the next 90 days, I have it available to join for free. So you can either see the last post underneath this video and you'll see a link you can join, or I'll post the link under this video. But for now, darlings, it's so good to be back with you, and may your vision guide you forward. May you continue to believe in yourself, and may you continue to invest in your skills, rise in your devotion, and trust your life. Trust the wisdom that guides you from the higher planes. And thank you so much for joining me for this brief live stream. I will see you soon.